All right, so let's look at some important new functions here. These are the cosecant, secant, and cotangent functions. Okay, so we're going to define the cosecant of theta to be the reciprocal of sine theta, so 1 over sine of theta. The secant of theta we'll define to be the reciprocal of cosine, so 1 over cosine of theta. Cotangent then will be 1 over tangent, or the reciprocal of tangent. So if this is 1 over sine theta, then that would be 1 over. Remember, the definition of sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So we have 1 over, opposite over hypotenuse. So remember, to divide by fractions, you multiply by the reciprocal. So this would be 1 times hypotenuse over opposite. So 1 times hypotenuse or opposite, which of course would just be hypotenuse over opposite. So we'll write that out. And you can see that is the reciprocal of sine. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. This would be hypotenuse over opposite for the reciprocal. Okay, for the secant, that's a reciprocal of cosine. So of course this would be hypotenuse over adjacent. Cotangent, reciprocal of tangent. Tangent is sine. Tangent is opposite over adjacent, so this would be adjacent over opposite. All right, let's look at some examples of some. So I'll say I want the secant of pi over 6. So that's 1 over the cosine of pi over 6. And what's the cosine of pi over 6? Well, the cosine of pi over 6 would be the square root of 3 over 2. So that's 1 over square root of 3 over 2. So 1 over that's just a reciprocal, so that would be 2 over the square root of 3. We need to rationalize the denominator, so times square root of 3 over square root of 3. Again, I'm just multiplying by 1, so I'm not really changing anything. All I do is rewrite it in a different form with a rational denominator. So that would be a 3, and that would be 2 times the square root of 3.